What's up guys? Today I'm going to do a plane review on the MiG-27K. This is a Rank VII jet aircraft for the Soviet air tree. Now this thing is 11.3 in ground realistic and 11.0 in air realistic. I wanted to review this aircraft because this thing honestly is my favorite Rank VII CAS aircraft for the Soviet tech tree. I think it's my favorite Rank VII CAS aircraft in general among all countries. This thing is really good. For some weird reason, War Thunder considers this thing a jet fighter. This, I don't know why, that's kind of weird to me. I know the MiG-23, which is what this plane is based out of, is an actual jet fighter, but the MiG-27 itself should be considered a strike aircraft because it has way more strike capabilities than air. But anyways, this thing is a really fun aircraft. Even when you're grinding it from stock, I had quite a bit of fun in this because you just get a wide variety of weaponry. And it just suits every different playstyle. You can play this thing aggressively, you can play this thing pretty relaxed, doing like orbital airstrikes, like what I showed you guys in the intro there. You can, you can play this thing in air, you can really play this thing in ground. So it's just an all-around awesome aircraft. Now looking at the modifications, there are a lot of things to unlock, but you get access, like I said, to a wide variety of weaponry. You start out with the R13s, you can get the R60Ms, which are all aspect. Then you get access to all kinds of stuff, unguided bombs, laser guided bombs, TV guided bombs, napalm, laser guided missiles, TV guided missiles, unguided rockets. You even get access to manual guided missiles. I don't really recommend using those. Those are kind of ass. Extra gun pods. And at the bottom here are the presets that I work with. For air, I usually bring the unguided bombs, the Fab 500s with the 4 R60s. That gives me a good mix of ground pounding and air capabilities. And then going down the list, you got the laser guided bombs if you want to use that for orbital airstrikes. I got that on preset 4 and 6. For the preset 5, I got laser guided missiles. Sometimes I use those. Usually I prefer the preset at the bottom when I'm using missiles, the KH-29Ts, which are TV guided, along with the CAB 500KRs, which are also TV guided. The one at the bottom, that preset, is usually the one I work with in ground realistic. Usually now I rely on the missiles rather than the laser guided bombs. I used to play the laser guided bombs more, but they're a little finicky right now. I don't know why. The mechanics are off, I'm not getting kills with them, and the missiles are just more reliable. Another thing too, the MiG-27K is actually foldered, so you have to unlock the MiG-27M first. Now in air realistic, they're pretty much similar, but in ground realistic, the MiG-27K is much better because it has access to a better nose camera. So you can zoom in, you can see things much more clearly and utilize your weapon more effectively. So I definitely prefer the MiG-27K over the MiG-27M. That's just my personal opinion. But anyways, enough talking. I'm going to first take this thing out in ground realistic to show you guys its ground capabilities, and then I'll show you a battle in air as well. So when you first take this thing out, I just fly super high. I got the KH-29T selected right now. I fly really high up. I try to hit like maybe 5,000 meters, 6,000 meters. And don't be too concerned about anti-air. Yes, sometimes they will get you in certain matches if you're unlucky, but more often than not, at this battle rating, I usually get the first shot in before they spot me and try to shoot me down. So with the KH-29Ts, you do get a range of 13 kilometers, but generally, see, I have the lock set at that location where I see 2 tanks. I'm flying in, I'm approaching around 5 to 6, I'm pretty comfortable with. I fire my 2 missiles. I'm looking for A if I can see if I can drop my guided bombs right there. Boom, I got both of them. They were camping on that hill, just making it too obvious. I'm aware that LAV, the anti-air that is up, so I'm kind of low right now just navigating through these hills, so they have a harder time spotting me. But on my next pass around, I'm going to utilize the CAB 500 guided bombs. These are TV guided bombs, and they generally track moving targets, though I noticed the walleyes are a little bit more reliable than these, but these are still pretty good. Now I'm at around 3,000 meters. Usually I go a little higher than this, but I kind of want to make a quick pass here on the enemy. Over at their spawn, I saw missile trails, and I see this anti-air, and I see another tank. I think that's a LAV, the one that I was watching out for. So I sent my cab guided bombs down. Let's see how they do. Boom, there you go. Those are pretty satisfying to use. I like them with the KH-29Ts. For the unguided Fab 500s that I have 3 of those right now. Usually what I do with these, since I have the CCIP for bombs, I make low bombing runs. If there's contested zones, like capture points, if the enemy's trying to capture those, I drop all 3 of my bombs for a kill. Like right now, see, somebody's capturing C. Where is he? Oh, he's shooting at me. What just happened? Oh, so I guess he shot my Fabs, but the airburst killed him or something? I don't really know. But I got that guy. But that's generally how I roll with that preset. It's easy 4 to 5 kills usually. So in this battle we got some inclement weather. The cloud cover is really low, so I have to fly pretty low to be able to see the enemies. So what I'm doing right now is I'm not flying too high up. I'm just going around, skirting around the enemy map, and I'm gonna try and hit them from the side. I didn't find anybody in my first pass, so I'm gonna go through these hills again and then try and make another pass. Making another pass now. I'm facing their spawn and I see that they pointed some enemies out. I see a tank there. I hope he's not invulnerable. A missile flying. Boom, let's go. Got that kill. Oh yeah, and I forgot to tell you guys, the 30mm Gatling gun on this thing is crazy as well. You can easily kill ground targets with this. I'm surprised no anti-air has shot me down yet. What is that? Let me get a lock there so my TV. Oh, it's a helicopter. I'm gonna fire off my KH-29s with that. Yo, I'm telling you guys, this thing is fun. I'm gonna switch to my unguided bombs here and just drop my load. Boom. This is so cruel. This thing is so easy to use, and I still have 2 guided bombs left. Coming in for another swipe. I see something right there. It's another anti-air. I really wonder why they're not looking at, you know, the actual thing they should be targeting, but whatever. At that ADATS. Oh, I released that bomb right as he died. Wait a minute, it's overshooting the target. Well, that completely missed. That wouldn't have mattered anyways. Whatever. And boom, we got it. That was a complete success right there with that. I wanted to show you guys some laser guided weaponry this thing has using the CAB 500Ls. Generally what I do is I line the CCIP with tracking, where I tracked it, and then you kind of lean into it. You gotta dive down so you give the bomb a little bit of, you know, you give it a little bit of power, and that target got bombed, so I switched to this one. I have plenty of time left on it so that it can track it properly. Now if it can track dead targets like that, so you gotta be careful. I fell at the target and boom, I got him. So out in air battles, this thing is a little bit more limited. You only get 2 types of missiles, the R13 and the R60Ms. The R13 is for players who want a longer range air-to-air missile. The R60M is all aspect. I prefer the R60M because you can carry 4 instead of just 2, because they all go on the same pylons. I also bring the Fab 500s for ground pounding to destroy bases, maybe a couple ground targets just for extra points. This thing is less maneuverable than the MiG-23, so keep that in mind. This thing isn't going to have the flight performance of the MiG-23. It's a little bit more of a brick, so, and it's not as fast as well, so keep that in mind. Coming up on my first base here. To destroy a base, you need 4 Fab 500s, so I bring 5 with me because that's the most I can carry with the missiles. Drop my 4 and destroy the base. I didn't want to use my Gatling gun, my ammo on ground targets, so I'm going to use my last bomb on this pillbox right here. There you go. I see this F4E. Might be able to get him. No, not with the cannon. So I'm close enough to where the R60s are very useful. and it actually rejected his flares, which is unlike the R60. It does that occasionally. Very rarely does it ignore flares like it did right there. So I got pretty lucky on that one, but the R60s are pretty vulnerable to flares. Found another one right there, MiG-23. Got him. This guy's going for head-on, and he got me, but the 30 mils are very devastating in a head-on, guys. You guys need to use that. It will shred the enemy plane. If I had to rate the MiG-27K, I would definitely give it a solid 9.5 out of 10. You get a wide range of weaponry, from unguided rockets all the way to the most advanced guided missiles. You can pretty much do anything in this, and it's maneuverable to the point where it's not really as limiting as like a Su-25, you know what I mean? You can fly this thing around and have a good time and not really feel like you're flying a big missile truck or a battle bus. You know, this thing is pretty nimble, and if you're used to flying like the MiG-23 ML, this kind of feels like a Timu version of that. It's a little bit less, but it's still very good. I'm surprised I don't really see this thing, other people play it. I think it's because it's foldered and it's under the MiG-27M that people just don't want to put in the effort to unlock this aircraft. But personally, I think it's worth it. It's one of the best ones, in my opinion, the best CAS in the Soviet air tree. And I really hope they introduce more variants. There weren't really a lot of variants in the real world of the MiG-27. The MiG-27K is the most advanced variant that the Soviets produced. But I am aware that the Indian Air Force did try to pursue more upgraded variants like the MiG-27H and the MiG-27 UPG, which had access to like more modern air-to-air missiles like the R-73 and better cockpits, you know, with like HMDs and all that. So yeah, guys, that was the MiG-27K. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Comment down below if you like this plane, if you don't like this plane, what you think about it. I would be happy to read all your comments. Like and subscribe as well. I would greatly appreciate that. And yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and have a good day. Peace.